Today's episode is brought to you by Grampian Graphics, Aberdeen's vehicle branding and wrapping specialists. If you want to turn your vehicle into a moving advert for your business, their expert team can design and install high-quality wraps that get your brand noticed everywhere you go. From single vans to fleets, Grampian Graphics creates bold, eye-catching designs that help businesses stand out on the road. A professionally wrapped vehicle works for you 24 hours a day, promoting your business wherever you drive. To see their latest work or get a quote, search Grampian Graphics on social media. Grampian Graphics, style that sticks.
Welcome back to the Sheepfiddlers Podcast. This week, we've got plenty to get through. We'll bring you all the latest Aberdeen news, look back at the Dons opening day victory over Hearts at Pittodrie, and preview our trip to Dens as Stephen Robinson's side look to make it 2 wins from 2. With the Premiership season now back underway, the Bleatin section is absolutely packed, and as always, we'll finish with another cracking Bleat of the Week. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get stuck into another week of all things Aberdeen. Welcome to the Sheepfiddlers Podcast. Thanks for joining us for another packed episode as the new 26-27 Scottish Premiership season finally gets underway. So how are we all doing?
Aberdeen,
Yeah, all good. All good. Fantastic. Coming up this week, we'll bring you all the latest Aberdeen news, including everything that's happened off the pitch since we last were with you. We'll look back at a fantastic opening day at Pittodrie as the Dons got their league campaign off to a dramatic start against Hearts. We'll pick out the big talking points, discuss the standout performances, look at what Stephen Robinson got right and whether this is the platform Aberdeen can build this season on. After that, we'll turn our attention to this weekend's trip to Dens Park. Dundee away is never straightforward, so we'll discuss the key battles, how we think Aberdeen should approach the game, and give our prediction ahead of another important 3 points on the line. Of course, with the Premiership season now in full swing, we have the Bleatin section, and judging by the messages we've received this week, you've certainly not been holding back. We'll also round things off with another contentious Bleat of the Week. As always, if you're enjoying the show, don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow across social media and get involved by sending us your thoughts, your questions, and your best bleats. You can even buy us a coffee. We love hearing from fellow Dons supporters, and you could feature on a future episode. Right then, that's plenty to get through, so let's get into Aberdeen news. So Aberdeen have officially announced the new club captain and vice-captain. The new club captain is Kevin Nisbet, and vice is Brad Lyons. I'm pretty happy with that. What do you guys think?
Absolutely delighted.
Yeah, delighted. We kind of called it when we talked about it last week, didn't we?
We said it'd be one way or the other.
Yeah.
I think we thought it would be Lions, but I'm very happy it's Nisbet. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, dude, he's been
great for us, and at a time when we've been shy, he's been very good.
Yeah,
and he's just full of confidence just now as well. Which
Yeah,
he deserves it.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think, there's things between the two that was a plus and a minus for both. But there weren't anything about leadership and, the main reasons why they should be captain. It was more semantics to why.
Where they are on the pitch, basically.
Yeah. And how long they've been at the club, which is...
Yeah, you put it down to that. But also, both players, effectively, are going to play nearly probably every game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So at least one, if one goes off, wherever that might look like, then we've always got a captain on the pitch. Whereas before, I don't think we had that last season with Shinnie and Devlin and
Yeah, maybe not playing either of them.
Exactly,
Yeah. So we've got a comment on Facebook about this. Andrew Jenkins, a good move. Wondered if Lions may get it, but good to see an established player take it on. Also good leadership through the team. Mayo and Happy can also lead by example too. So can't disagree with that.
No.
Yeah. Aberdeen made their 12th summer signing on Friday. signing Chris Cadden from Hibs on a 2-year deal.
Well, we all thought WTF.
Yeah.
In last week's pod, when you had mentioned it, you were like, why would Aberdeen want a right back that Hibs didn't want?
Yeah.
I said what I said last week. I would prefer we stuck with the fullbacks we already had. I don't have an issue with Cadden or Guinness Walker as well, but
And he has to be
It's
known
just
as
a bit-
he has to be known as C Cadden because there's more than one Cadden in our team.
yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
Is that?
Well,
Is it?
obviously has to be. You've not seen the for the game when they put up everyone's names. It was like on BBC highlights. In fact, they put C Cadden. Like we don't know who fucking signed for Aberdeen.
I was just going to say I would have preferred his brother, actually, but
Yeah.
there's nothing against Chris Cadden. He is a good right back. He's Devlin, but a couple of years younger. And actually, to be fair to him, during the game, his crossing was brilliant. So he does give us something else, but
If we get a younger version of Devlin, I'll be happy.
yeah.
So I've got a couple of comments on this as well. Jake on TikTok wasn't expecting that, but think he'll be all right. But I can sadly see Loban leaving. I think I can agree with that.
I don't agree with that. I don't think Loban's leaving. I think if
He
you look
could
at
be
the
going
amount,
out on loan.
I think the amount of games he played last year, he's not a 40 game season player yet. So I think signing Cadden to replace Devlin, I think Devlin's going. I think Loban will be the understudy to Cadden.
Okay.
Devlin and Collie.
The thing is anyone going to buy Nicky Devlin?
No,
Yes.
no, probably
Yeah.
for free.
He'll go for free. Yeah, I agree with that.
He'll go to Libby.
Liam Brown on Facebook basically says the same as you, Liam. Younger version of Devlin, another experienced head to help Loban develop. Because no matter how many people say it, he's nowhere near ready starting every week. So
I like that.
Oh, you must have read the notes.
yeah.
I agree with the start. I disagree with the end. I think he is ready, but obviously I'm not seeing what the coaches are seeing with Frame and
Yeah.
Loban.
I
I'm
think
just seeing them on the pitch, and I think they're good enough.
I think Frame's different to Loban. I think Frame could play 30 games a season. The problem with Loban is he did get injured last season. He got sent off last season. Like, there's elements. I don't think he's played 30 40. I know.
I will
wasn't his
never
fault.
forgive myself for that.
But he hasn't, as a young right, but he hasn't played 34 games. You can't bet on him being playing that 34. You can't do that.
But that's where we've got Devlin. So if you go for Loban as your starter, then you don't have to play him every game because you've already got Devlin, who's
Totally get that. But in Devlin's age, Cadden's age, we just talked about. If you're going to get Nicky Devlin and a Cadden,
but the thing is, Cadden would expect to play every game. Devlin maybe doesn't. So that's where you have the little go between Loban and Devlin. One of them plays 1 week, the other the next week, or you give Loban a couple of games, then Devlin comes in so that they're not overplaying him. I feel we had the setup, and I don't have an issue with Chris Cadden as a person. I just don't like it. I would prefer we stuck with the guys we had.
Yeah, I get that.
But then he's coming, and he looks quite good.
Yeah, we'll get on to that.
I apologize.
The squad numbers for the season were published for the new Premiership campaign. There were some interesting takes from it. The fact that we have 34 players in the squad. Oh, wait, sign another player. So make that 35 players. That's fucking madness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's obvious those players need to go.
Welcome to the house.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's 36 because Ambrose doesn't have a number.
Yeah. I think the biggest surprise is Ambrose wasn't given a number, but Yengi, Palaversa,
Yeah,
were.
Yeah.
yeah.
Seems an odd choice because surely we're not actually giving Yengi another shot, are we?
Who knows? I would give him another.
Yeah, I think the problem is if he's
I'm not
on,
against giving him a shot.
No.
Just
but if
I'm
he's
pretty sure he's
on,
on high wages.
yeah,
And
if he's on a high wage that we can't get another club to pay, then we might as well use him.
I'll just put this out here.
Okay.
Will Yengi not just be a team replacement for Olasanya? They both cast score. They're both big bastards and pacey, and all they need to do is just cause mischief. Will Yengi not just do that for us?
I don't
Same
think
way as Olasanya.
I don't think Yengi can do that.
I'm going to put this out there. I would argue, right, that Yengi's a better football player than Olasanya, but what Olasanya does on the pitch gets us opportunities to score.
What Olasanya does is, we will come to it, but he wins us football games without being good at football. It's an annoying trait because, you can spend a whole game going to get that fucker off, he's shite, and then, he's won us the game.
Going back to that squad list, 35 players is fucking wild. And I think there was 4 or 5 young players on there. So if you take that out, it's 30, really. But then we talked about the other day, Palaversi, you talked about Yengi, you talked about, who else?
Probably Frame,
yeah. There's 3 or... I think you mentioned about how Robinson said he wants 23 players, but that's excluding the goalkeeper.
Yeah, 23 players and 3 goalkeepers is what.
So if you take that, the 30 then becomes, 26. So that's 4 players we're naming there. So maybe that is.
Maybe we are pretty much spot on. We just need those 4 or 5 maybe to go.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's wild as well that 35 players is excluding Alfie Stewart, Alfie Babbage. Yeah. We've all went out on loan to the feeder team.
Yeah.
Almost got as many players as Chelsea.
Chelsea wish they had as many players as us.
We're getting Liam Senior at the end of the season.
Danny Welbeck's coming on loan.
We've seen that Alan Burrows has done an interview this week, which has been available on Red TV. I haven't actually had a chance to watch it yet.
Have you seen it all?
No, I haven't seen it. You?
I haven't seen it either. No. Liam?
Until coming in here today, I didn't know it existed.
Well, still a shit. It's not available to all of us. I think if you're going to make an important video as it is, then why not be available to the masses? Why is it restricted to the special people?
Well, I would argue that Red
maybe
TV...
it's not an important interview. Maybe it's one of those Vogue 72 questions.
I would argue that Red TV is an important revenue stream for the club. So why should they give this sort of stuff out for free?
I get it.
No. There's more intimate stuff that they could do for that. But when if it's supposed to be something big, like an update, then it should be available to everybody. I do get that you're going to have to make money some ways by doing what they do, but that could be like your interviews with anybody in the club and smaller chit chat.
I will also say as well, when was the last time you heard from Burrows? It's not like he's on every week or whatever. Like you just say, right, he can be on Red TV, but like he's not. We haven't heard from him for ages. If anything, he's been working at home too much. You know what I mean? So I think because no one's heard from him, everyone should be available to hear from him. Because I think probably has some valid things to say. Which I think, if you think about last season, people were calling for the board to be sacked. Well, allow the guy to speak to everyone. Just don't get it. Don't make sense to me.
That's fair enough.
Don't make the rules up.
No, I think,
I think we should invite him on here.
So your best race with Burrows these days,
exactly. Yeah.
That's why he's not saying it.
That's why he's not saying it.
That is one of those special ones.
I've got my Red TV subscription. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So if I have got that, why should you lot get it for free? That's what I think.
Coney and all, just like that. The day this Coney and all.
Right, so that's all the business off the pitch covered. The Premiership campaign kicked off at Pittodrie against Hearts, under the lights, live on Sky, proper opening weekend stuff. And if you're going to start the season, you may as well do it against a side that's right in the little mix last year. No pressure at all, lads?
No pressure.
So how did the Dons get on in their first game of the season? Let's get into it. So the Dons gave debuts to 8 league debuts to 8 of the starting 11 and a full debut to Chris Cadden. Kevin Nisbet was the only player in the starting 11 signed before the January transfer window this year.
Yeah, because he wasn't even here at the start of last season.
No.
So none of the players were here at the start of last season.
But he was signed on, deadline day last summer.
So it'd been start of September into August.
So
September.
Remember. So do we have a lovely bloated squad? Well, we've kind of already covered that. Who do we want to see leaving?
But there's not a case of who we want. We know who we want to see leave. We know who we don't want to leave. But what do we know? Nothing.
Yeah.
Because I think we've discussed it over the weeks. Who we want to stay, who we want to go.
Yeah.
But they're not doing that. They're going the other way.
I don't think it's
we'll
so
lose
much
Mitchell, we'll lose Lobin.
Yeah.
We'll keep Oliverson, we'll keep Yengi, we'll keep Ambrose.
I don't think it's so much about wanting these players out, but Palaversa, I think specifically, I think he is good enough to be an Aberdeen player, but where does he fit into that team? So he kind of has to be one that goes. Yengi, don't think made it, and I think there'd be too many fans on his back for him to turn it around, so probably time for him to go as well. My neighbour Ambrose, I think Robinson has said he's leaving, so
yeah,
I'd be surprised if we kept him.
I think it'd just be a cancelled contract for him, to be honest.
Probably, yeah.
Wherever he goes, he'll be in a bus anyway.
So, out of that starting 11, Chris Carden making his debut as well. What do we make of the starting 11? I thought it was... Chris Carden was the only one who really shocked me.
Yeah.
And I suppose I thought he would have gone with Smith from the start rather than Olasanya, but...
I think when we signed Carden, I was like, oh, he's definitely starting against Hearts. Just, he's a Hibs boy right now. That had to happen. Olasanya was a bit of a surprise, but actually, when you think of the game that's going to come up against Hearts, we're probably not going to be running by them the whole game. Him being his niggly little arsehole that he is, that's kind of perfect against Hearts. And first couple of minutes, he did bother them. He started very well. So I think that was probably the right choice of starting 11.
I thought he actually played quite well. I think when you look at, there was one ball that stuck out to us when we were watching the game was the diagonal from Happy. That was always seemed to be on. And it was coming. I don't think they failed. When they tried to do it, they did it. It wasn't something they were looking for and the ball would go out of play. It worked. Carden was able to take it down and he got us into decent positions.
That's a difference in experience between him and Lobin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because in pre-season, a few pre-season games we've seen Happy doing that pass. Obviously the goal against
South, the hat-trick goal.
We've seen that down the right. So, excellent passing. And it was happened 3 or 4 times in the first half alone.
You got the good from Olasanya. He battled, he won balls that he shouldn't have won. And then you got the absolute worst of Olasanya when all he has to do is play in Connor Owen and we are 1-0 up.
Yeah. So both teams started quite well, to be honest, but for different kind of aspects. Hearts had a lot of the ball, but didn't really do much with it. We looked to get in behind Hearts with pace. Kevin Nisbet thought he'd done that, but Douglas Ross being a fucking idiot flags him offside rather than letting the play develop and then calling offside when VAR can get involved. He flags him offside, and lo and behold,
Nichols, he's offside.
Yeah, he wasn't offside. He was in his own half.
He was in his own half, yeah. Mental.
Fucking dirty Tory bastard. So the first big chance of the game came in 27 minutes. Ronan's corner is met by Nisbet. His glance goes just past the far post. Mayo was lurking at the back post. Could Nisbet have done better? Could Mayo have done better in this?
I think getting the contact, getting the contact over the header, Mayo may think it's already in. And it's like, it didn't go in, and then he just reacts. Yes, he reacts a little bit late because I think he maybe thinks it's going in.
Mayo has the length of the 6-yard box to react to the change in direction. So for a centre half, I'm not fussed that he doesn't tap that one in.
I think I'd be more concerned if it had been Mayo who flicked it on and Nisbet
missed it.
Nisbet didn't react. I definitely would have been more concerned that aspect. But it was a decent opportunity. Hearts took the lead on 35. Low cross is not cleared correctly. It comes back in. So many players ball watching, waiting for someone else to deal with it. It's kind of half cleared and it falls to McEntee and he just smashes it home from close range. I definitely think this was avoidable.
Yeah, I mean, they could have cleared it earlier. I think a lot of people were talking about Guinness Walker, like, oh, should just clear it. But to be honest with you, it's reactionary.
He's just put his foot to it.
Exactly. I don't think it was necessarily his fault, but I think it's defensive as a collective team. It's the whole team defensive.
I don't think there's one person who makes the catastrophic error.
No.
I think it's collectively they've all done something stupid.
Yeah.
And it made it worse.
Calvin was weak. He shouldn't have let him get in. But then he joins the rest of them and all kind of standing waiting. Basically, Hearts were awake and we weren't.
Yeah.
It felt sadly similar to goals we conceded last season. But
yeah. Any questions on the goalkeeper?
Nah, it's not. You could do that. Too close.
Can't blame him for
far
that.
too close.
Yeah. I do feel we were far too slow. When the initial clearance goes out, we should have been out in their faces. I don't think we're quick enough to come out either.
No. True.
Nisbet had a half chance blocked. But that was about it for the first half.
Yeah, there wasn't much happening.
Parliament had that strike from about 25 yards, didn't he?
Yeah, we're putting about 25 yards over.
A few yards over.
And obviously there was the chance that Olasanya tried to play in Ronan where he had so much margin of error. Just keep it away for the keeper.
Problem is he went with his left foot. Like, he doesn't even have a right foot, but my Christ, he doesn't have a left foot. But yeah,
Don't you all say he was offside then as well?
no, it probably was.
Yeah, sure.
You would expect a professional football player
To be able to pass it.
with no defender between you and your teammate.
Yeah. Wild.
Definitely.
That's what you get from the boy.
Yeah.
It's because you had too much time to think about it.
Literally.
You had no time to think about it.
Yeah, it would have been
pass.
it would literally
It would be like a David Beckham pinpoint pass.
Yeah.
But you make him think. Yeah. And there's no line near the point.
Hearts started the second half better, having more of the ball, but only one kind of clear-cut chance. Braga had a chance stretching at the back post. It just goes wide. To be honest, it looked like the game was starting to get away from us, and the management needed to change to get us back into the game. You know, I was screaming for subs for about 10 minutes.
There was
a while
about
to get
10
subs.
minutes of subs standing stripped ready to come on and just waiting for some
It
reason.
took ages to get.
But he definitely, because Lobben was one of the subs ready, then he had to go sit back down, so he was changing his mind on who was coming on.
Yeah.
But I felt we got a lot better, actually, after the subs came on.
Well, we had one chance just literally before the subs came on. Carden, Ronan, and Aremu worked well together. It saw Carden burst into the box and nearly got a perfect debut. It was a decent enough strike, a little bit close to Roos, but
Yeah, it's probably not who you want
yeah,
getting that chance.
He hit the target though, you know, hit the target, and the keeper pulled off a good save. And then just a couple of minutes after that, that's when the subs were made. 72 minutes on the clock. Breedle, Smith, Malua, and Armstrong came on for Aremu, Carden, Yogan, Ronan. I felt Yogan and Ronan didn't have the best of games.
I think particularly Yogan, he just didn't get going. I don't want to criticise him because obviously it's one game, it was a big event and all that, and obviously we've seen already he will be a good player. But I do think when Smith came on, that's the winger you want.
Yeah.
Every time he got the ball, he was beating his man, getting balls in the box, making things happen.
I think Yogan did get the ball down and did run it, but it was that end. There was nothing from him.
Yeah.
I think he was just a bit slow to get going. He did a lot of those, stand on the ball, stand his player up. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Just run.
Yeah.
The end product wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I felt Ronan as well. I think maybe for other players it would have been he had an all right game, but for the standard that we've seen of Ronan so far, we're obviously judging him of a much higher standard.
Yeah.
And I just think he just didn't reach that standard on Saturday.
No, but creativity wise, it wasn't the same way we've seen in the pre-season games and the Premier Cup games as well.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. The free kick at the end of the first half. That we're all, we all got excited for it, and he just launched it off in the air. So he had an off game, but that's allowed. But I do think the midfield of Armstrong and Breedle was really good.
Yeah.
Armstrong had a very good game, but that just is so much more creativity in the middle of the park than you'll get from Lyons and Aremu. But having said that, Aramu was maybe my man of the match. I thought he did everything.
No, he was good.
But, going into that game, you need to have Lions and Aramu because we're going to make it a fight. We're going to win the ball, win the midfield battle. But when we need to push for a goal, having Breedle and Armstrong to come on.
The thing is, you can even throw Lions into that because the Lions wasn't as good as what he's been as well.
No.
Yeah.
He was good. Like, don't get me wrong, he was still steady enough. It was fine.
Yeah.
But like, he was normally in that Premier League, he's probably a 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Every game. Whereas that was a 6. He was
80 minutes. I think everyone was all right. Shocking. For 80 minutes, I think everyone was all right. No one was brilliant. No one was terrible. Olasanya was Olasanya.
Yeah.
But we definitely stepped up a bit after the substitutes. Yeah. And that's not to say that, we need to play Breedle and Armstrong from the start next week.
No.
It's what they give us.
Yeah.
Depending on the team you're playing against, you might have a midfield of Breedle and Armstrong to be a bit more of an attacking presence the whole game.
Yeah. And that goes back to if we keep lobbing, then he'll play in certain games against certain opponents other than Cadden or coming at a certain point in the game. We came in with a level of expectation because of the league group phase, but we knew this would be a big test as to the difference between the poorer teams against the second best team in Scotland last year.
Yeah.
And it showed because they weren't as good, which we've already mentioned, in the Hearts game for that 80 minutes as they were in a lot of the games in the league group phase.
Yeah. 2 minutes after the subs were made, Muller, I still can't work out if this is...
the ball moves about 20 yards.
It does move.
Yeah.
From where we were in the highlights I've seen, you can't even work out. It did look like one of those that it was moving, but yeah, if you're saying it moved a lot, then fair enough, it was a good save. But
somebody had the remote control. No, it did, because when you see it from the behind angle, Muller is going one way.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, shit, and he's having to move his hands to the other way and then parry it the way he's going.
Yeah.
So he did well to save it.
The height he got on that as well, that was up and over, just get rid of the ball.
Strong hands.
It's a good save. Yeah.
Fair enough. So 88 minutes on the clock, and this is where it went full EastEnders, to be honest. The drama levels got turned up to 11.
Ricky!
So Smith tries to break forward. He gets absolutely halved by Milne.
At this point in time, I was furious.
I'll give Dickinson some credit here. He tries to play advantage because we were still breaking. But Olasanya is then fouled 10 yards further up the pitch. Mm-hmm. And great refereeing, he actually gives the second foul rather than the first foul. So we got the foul that little bit closer.
Great. Both of them, though.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make the first tackle any less of a yellow card. It was a ridiculous challenge. Both of them should have been booked.
Which I do think happened to us, where there was a phase of play where we made a foul up the other end of the pitch. He played advantage. Ball was out of play about 10 minutes later, and then he gave the yellow card to one of our players.
Was it Brad White or something like that? Something like that, yeah.
And it was because of an earlier incident. Well, you could have done it with him.
Yeah, but don't get me started, Dickinson, because fucking foul throws.
The boy right back, yeah.
Right, first half, he got told. Well, everyone shouted for it, didn't give it. But then literally 2 minutes later, Dickinson went up and spoke to him and said to him, they pointed out to him. Second half, he did it like twice again. And I'm like, you really told him?
Well, it was also a bit, I can't remember exactly who it was, but someone like kicked the ball like off the, it wasn't a booting the ball away, but kicked off the touchline. And one of our players was going, no, he's kicked the ball away. And the ref goes and has a word with him. And like, you book him.
Yeah.
You just book him for it. Instead of going, oh, don't do that again. It's like, right, well, fuck it. How is it half a yellow card now?
It was like the shove that he gave, or I can't remember, it must have been their left back that gave Olasanya, and he ended up over the advertising boards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In between the wall and the advertising boards.
It was Finlay.
Was it Finlay?
It was Finlay.
He had a good game.
Great game. Anyway, so Armstrong takes the free kick, swung into the back stick, where Happy wins the header. It clearly comes off Kabore's arm on its way across, and between Nisbet, Mayo, goalkeeper, I don't know who else.
I was our defender.
Harry Milne was right there.
It gets bundled over the line. I've seen a lot of people online claiming that the goal should have been chalked off because it was handball. I'd like to say that I can be sometimes fairer when I'm looking at these things, and I can't decide. I can't decide what it comes off.
You can't tell.
Cannot see if it's a handball.
You can't see if it's a hand. You can't see if it's a chest.
It's not a clear and obvious error,
No.
and if you cannot determine whether it is, it isn't.
Yeah, it isn't. Yeah,
But then
However,
surely-
it would have been a handball.
The thing for me is the Hearts players' reactions.
yeah.
If they've seen a handball that's led to a goal, they are screaming at the referee.
Yeah, they don't
instead of
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe a handball. Like no,
But surely, if they go right, no goal.
Yeah.
It's a handball.
Yeah,
it's a penalty.
It's a penalty,
Yeah.
isn't
It
it?
has to be.
That would have been the rules. Well, my interpretation of the rules.
But I totally agree. It's not.
You can't see it.
You can't see.
You can't see it. You
So you
can't.
can't.
I think there's
you
only-
couldn't overturn a decision for that.
When I re-seen the highlights, it was only Finlay, I think, to put his hand up.
A goalkeeper as well.
I think some of them put their hands up, but it's not a.
It's not like a pass to the referee. Like
If you've seen a player punch the ball into the back of the net,
Yeah.
you're screaming, you're
Yeah.
running at the referee.
Plus, as well, you see in that situation when something like that, the hands go up in unison.
Mhm.
It wasn't one went up, then another went up, and you know what I mean?
It was kind of, they all had a thought of, well, maybe that hit his hand. And it's a look of hope.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
when he goes out of play, he goes out of ball, and it's actually not really good ball.
But I did think, because obviously I'd just been up at the fence and turning around, I was like, this game hasn't kicked off yet. Is there a fucking VAR check? Oh, no, not like this. Not like this.
Not when you're at the fence.
I know.
We're on abuse.
When you start kicking people out, you know. Fucking dirty bastards.
So, yeah, there was a long VAR check. It was so long that I'd actually was texting my dad, who was at home watching it on Sky, to find out what they were looking for. But I think the referees, they make the right call. They point to the centre spot, and we kick off again. And this is where I still don't really understand how.
This is why we love football.
Yeah, Hearts take centre, they punt it to Nabdy. It goes through to Muller, who punts it for us because obviously we're chasing.
Which I was so happy about. When we equalised, I was literally screaming, don't fucking stop, keep fucking pushing, go get a second.
So we're pushing for the second, and Hearts have gone man for man at the back. Malua goes up and wins the header. He flicks it on to Nisbet, to which Nisbet has to come back to get it. There's only two Hearts players between him and the goal. That's craziness.
Criminal defence.
Also, a bit more on Lewis Smith coming on and having an impact. It's a brilliant ball over the top.
Yeah.
For Olasanya.
Olasanya runs through. It's so clumsy from Finlay. He's got a hold of his arm, and I think, in fairness to Olasanya, he could have thrown himself to the ground, but he doesn't. He actually still tries to strike the ball, and I think that, in my book, is why it's 100% a penalty.
It's the right decision.
It's the right decision, and I also as well, holding on to a player's arm is not a genuine attempt to win the ball.
No.
And where Finlay is, even if he'd gone to ground to make a genuine attempt to win the ball, it's not a tackle he should be making.
He had no chance of actually winning the ball. You could only go through Olasanya there.
So no matter. So once Olasanya's past him, there's actually nothing he can do.
Yeah.
If he fouls him, it's a red card.
Yeah.
Weirdly, the best thing he could have done is leave him alone, let him have a shot.
Yeah, there's that.
When you break it down like that, he should just went, fuck it.
On you go.
On you go, yeah.
Don't give anyone else ideas. That's what I'm saying. Just leave him. Just leave him. Let him
The
go
amount of
past.
penalties we're now not getting because they're like, oh, it's him. Hands off.
And I saw this description of Olasanya online, and I think it's perfect. He is the best, worst player that's ever played for Aberdeen.
Yeah, I think so.
Does that go to Charlie, that credit?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
I saw that as well.
Yeah, I thought that was a very good description of the best, worst player.
So the Finlay red is a red, right?
Yes,
definitely.
Hearts are fucking
They're trying to
killed
appeal
it.
it. Why?
Well, they've gone full
He was trying to play the
Brought
ball.
up the Motherwell penalty. But because I hadn't seen it, so I was like, well, they're saying it's the exact same incident, so I watched it, and yeah, no, they've got it right for the card.
Technically, it's a challenge, not like Morrison's challenge on Yogan.
Yes.
When we played Dundee.
Yeah,
It's basically the same thing.
Yes.
Effectively.
I would say it's more
Pretty
like
much, yeah.
I would say it's more like that than the one that they're citing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So it's a red card.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's soft because he's not hacked him down. But yeah, it's a penalty red.
That's softer heart than eggs and egg.
Exactly.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
So yeah, I think I've seen a lot online saying that it was daylight robbery what we did on Saturday. I think when you look at it, yes, 2 goals from the 88th minute onwards to win a game, there is an element of that. But see, when you actually look at the stats for the game, so 55% possession to Hearts and for the game, 4 to 6 shots on target to Hearts, big chances 3 to 2 to Hearts, corners 7 to 4 to Hearts. Yes, they've had the better stats, but they're not just stratospheres apart.
Stats mean fuck all.
Yeah,
it's goals.
Yeah,
and it's goals not conceded.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, the game's not over until the final whistle goes.
Yeah.
So yes, you can play 88 minutes of utter bollocks.
Yeah,
but that last 6 minutes is where it counts.
Yep, agreed.
I don't think they were on top of us at any properly on top of us. I think it was quite an even game. Neither side making real chances.
You know what? I forgot they had Calvin Miller.
Yeah,
because I thought he was going to be really good for them.
Yeah,
but they scored, and I think they sat back. And I swear, most of the second half, I was looking up the Markland Lane end.
Yeah.
Barely ever were they.
There was never like an onslaught of attack from them, like all over us type of thing. No, absolute.
We just kind of grew into the game a bit more by the end, and we were going
like that saying as well that they had 3 big chances. Unless they're counting the strike that Muller has to do.
It's a shot on target.
It's a shot on target.
Yeah.
You've got a shot from 25 yards and Braga's.
You have the Stramash in the middle of the box.
Yeah, and then you look at the other side of it. We've got the Stramash that we score from. We've got Nisbet's header, and then you've got the penalty. So to be honest, the big chances kind of even themselves out.
Yeah, but remember, this is attendance FC. So they think they can win the league because they've got the best attendance in Scotland. Just the same way as they've got the most possession, so they deserve to win the game. No, as you pointed out, goals win games.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Hearts have got a good tradition this season of, in spells of 4, 5, and 9 minutes, they've ruined themselves. They've ruined themselves at Stangratz for 9 minutes, and they've ruined themselves in the last few minutes against us.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yep, agreed.
The best thing is there was a start of latest minute to throw away a lead. Aberdeen are 1 and 2, and Hearts have just taken 3rd.
Also, as well, there's the made-up stat, but since it's in Aberdeen's favour, I thought I would do it. Is XG. So the XG was
the best stat.
Yeah,
the only one that counts.
1.68 for Hearts, 2.66 for Aberdeen.
There you go.
So I personally think that's a made-up stat that doesn't actually fucking mean anything, but it was in our favour. So.
At the end of the day, we were more clinical, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down.
I've always felt with the XG is horseshit. It kind of it only works if you use it with shots.
Yeah,
because 2.5 XG from 47 shots. Actually, you've had a stinker of a game, but 2.5 from 4 shots is that's you need to tie everything in together. That's the whole thing with stats is they're fucking useless. If you weren't there watching the game, you don't know how it went.
Was another game last season for us? We had 20 odd shots and 4 on target.
Yeah, probably
0 goals.
So there was Barry Robinson's favourite against Harkin.
Shots it up, you got to score.
Was it not 24 shots on goal against Harkin or something? My head, and we still got punted out. Yeah, you're right. The only stat that matters is the one in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and we scored more goals, so we deserve 3 points.
Yeah.
Those Gordy bastards went greeting down the road. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
they went very quiet.
It could have happened to a nicer bunch.
And hat tip to our captain as well.
Oh, what a
fool, Adebayor.
You know,
chop the ear and give them up the road.
But yeah, that is my captain. That is what my captain to do. That is fucking brilliant. Get it up, you bastards.
Yeah.
And Dougie Ross was like, "Oh, he called them wankers. He has to get a yellow card." Oh, come on.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised I even seen that.
He flagged him offside.
So that's us done talking about Aberdeen's 3 points. Let's round up
for the season.
For the season, yeah. That's it.
It was a good season, guys.
I'll see you the next time.
Up Pittodrie.
It's like 2 wins this year.
So, the opening game of the weekend in the Scottish Premiership was at Tannadice. Rangers were held to a 1-1 draw. Oh, sorry, the Rangers.
Thank you.
Were held to a 1-1 draw by the Dundee United.
Jim Goodwin's Dundee United.
Jim Goodwin's Dundee. I didn't think this was a
United.
Yeah. This was a game I think that lacked quite a lot of quality. It was entertaining, but I think my take from it was Derek McInnes' behaviour at full-time whistle. You're appealing a ban for being a twat, and then you go and behave like a twat. It's not a good idea, is it?
He's right at home, though, isn't he? He is where he belongs.
But apparently they actually changed the scoreline from the game. It finished 2-1 Rangers because Derek gave the Rangers fans the big fist. So apparently that made it 2-1.
Yeah. I think it's just a classic first game of the season. It was just shit. Like, It was entertaining.
It was
entertaining to a certain extent. But come on.
You get what you get from Scottish football. It's not good quality, but you will enjoy watching that game.
Yeah. And then the next game was at Falkirk, where a Killian Phillips double sank Falkirk. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's why I thought Falkirk would do something, either draw or win. But
yeah.
I didn't see.
Did I not say last week at Falkirk? This year would be the demise of Falkirk.
Yeah. Who said this? When we get relegated?
Oh, that was me. Yeah.
St Mirren beat
also,
Falkirk,
there were 3 people.
usually win ball.
I love the way you're bringing that up, but there was 3 people who sat in this room who said Rangers were going to win the league, and Paddy Power's already paid out on Celtic winning the league.
It's only one game, mate.
But Paddy Power's
Celtic haven't played.
It sounds like he can play, Jim. I fucking Stephen Preston's going to do a job there.
You never know.
You never know.
I'm going to apologise to McInnes for the ban and give him an extra 5 points at the end of the season.
I'll see that draw at the start of the season.
You won it. Well done.
Donald said, you get the win.
Yeah. So Flag Day in Perth, probably saw the game of the weekend.
Yeah.
St Johnstone went edging out Killie in a 7-goal thriller, 4-3.
Insane.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Killie came back 3-2, and I thought, that's it, they should just shut up shop. But then I was like, fuck's going on here?
I watched some of the game, and the Killie's forward, John Jules, or whatever his name is, got an absolute meal of an elbow to the face from the keeper when they went in for a challenge. He went down a couple of times and had to come off. Could have been a different story if he remained on, because he was quite a threat, but who they stuck on, I think, was a defender, and they stuck somebody else up top, so I don't know without their main striker who they've got, but to be up 3-2, like you, I thought, that's it, Killie have done it.
Yeah.
But, kudos to St Johnstone. I think I actually said St Johnstone made the top 6.
I think I said that as well.
I'll put it down in relegated.
Yeah, I put it down as a playoff.
I stand by it.
But that's one game.
Yeah, I think one game, yeah.
What it does tell me is both Killie and Johnson were shit defences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think also, that's St Johnstone back. Well, that's a Premiership side then.
Yeah.
If they're scoring 4.
They're back, baby!
Not even better, the Dons are back.
So the final game of the Saturday and Sunday, Hibs lost 2-1 at home to Motherwell. And I think this is all... who was the co-coms on Sky Sports yesterday? Used to play for Livingston as well. Lovell. It's all his fault that Hibs didn't win that game. About 2 minutes before Motherwell says, he goes, well, there's only one winner in this game, and it's going to be Hibs. And fucking Motherwell went and scored. Why would you say that?
Oh, well. Not surprised Motherwell won a good team.
Yeah, Motherwell are a good team.
Considering a lot of new players as well.
Yeah. And, hats off to them. They've got, actually, those 2 teams have got to play former opponents of us.
Oh, yeah, and Europe.
Motherwell have got to go to HJK Helsinki. Not going to be as cold as when we were there. And
a big tricky game.
Hibs have got, was it Scandia their name is or something?
Scandia,
something like North Macedonian team. So interesting draws for them. And then tonight, obviously Celtic will beat Dundee probably 3-0 or something like that, and then go on to lift the Premiership trophy.
If it's a 3-0 win tonight, they've won the league.
big Fenian Quantro.
Gene Stacey's day.
So that's the Premiership roundup. We'll go on to Scottish news now. So it's a new season, obviously. We've got new rules to look at. So subs will have 10 seconds to leave the pitch.
Bullshit.
If deemed to be slowly leaving the field of play, the replacement will have to wait. Is it a minute?
Sounds like a great idea, but let's see it actually be enforced. So,
any injured player must leave the field.
If they receive treatment.
Yes, if they receive treatment.
Only if it wasn't a yellow card offence.
Yeah.
Or a bookable offence,
Yeah.
sorry.
5 seconds
where we saw fucking Terry Butcher Malua. He was off for a minute.
Yeah.
If you saw in the car, I don't know if it was in the cameras or whatever, but he barged past the fourth assistant or the lino to get back in the pitch because they were holding him off for that long.
Jesus. 5 seconds for throw-ins, goal kicks, or the player is cautioned.
Sorry.
I actually think it's a shambles.
They seem to wait a while to start the count there.
Yeah,
it's like, right, pick a ball up, right, I'm going to give you 3 seconds and I'm going to go 5.
I think it's fair enough, let them get to the point.
The World Cup, it was literally before they even got the ball. It was like 1, 2, literally put pressure on them. There's none of that from Dickinson.
And this one's my favourite of them all. VAR can now overturn a second yellow if it's clearly wrong. Right. Here's my take on this one. What if the first yellow card is not a yellow card?
Yeah.
Or what if you have somebody and you should be getting sent off, but the referee doesn't book you? VAR's not going to get involved. Why is it only if it's wrong? This is, again, VAR's been brought in half measures.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be getting involved in yellow cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, Infantino in it, though, it doesn't matter.
Either it shouldn't or it should. Well, sometimes it should, sometimes it shouldn't.
We are getting to the stage, and I say this every fucking week, the guy in the middle is just going to be blowing a whistle.
Said it before, and I'll say it again. Get Seb Blatter in the Scottish football. I mean, we're in a corrupt world that we're in. We may as well start from the front.
At the very least, he
start
gets some money out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Start on the front foot, get some goal lessons in. We'll all be good.
Win the SPL, get a diamond ring.
All right.
Not coming into effect, red cards for covering your mouth and VAR to award a corner if the on-field decision is incorrect. I like that last one, actually.
I liked that at the World Cup when it was wrong and before anything has even happened, they've gone, oh yeah, by the way, it's a goal kick instead. I liked that. That was VAR being used properly for me. Because no time was wasted checking, double checking. It was just a straight up, by the way, that was wrong.
Yeah, but that's decent VAR. Not with that's not going to work with Team U VAR.
Again, it does come back to it's the people who are using the computer to look at the cameras.
Personnel utilising the system.
It's someone who has never done a job on a computer. Now they are asked to run a fucking video program.
I'm saying they can't get the basics right.
Yeah.
So fuck adding in one of those. It was more for entertainment and more money. More drink, more fucking whatever for Infantino. You know.
What about the water break again? No?
Oh, yeah, well. They don't certainly got it on Saturday. Absolutely soaking wet. Jesus, who's the fish now?
Anyway, let's jump on to the John Bleatin section.
Penalty to Rangers!
So, yet again, Douglas Ross has proven he is as incompetent as they come. In the first half of the Aberdeen Hearts game, Nisbet broke through on goal and he's flagged offside. Not only was it clear that Nisbet was still in his own half when the ball was played, but the play was not allowed to develop. We were then in a promising position that we could have scored. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we've got that and you've got the 1-on-1 as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Both are just ridiculous. Like, Why is he stopping the play? The Nesbitt one's a fucking joke. Honestly, if no one's seen that picture online, they need to see it because it's an absolute farce.
Yeah.
How he's on.
It's not even kind of close.
No, it's not.
Because I was watching Nesbitt to make sure because I was like, oh, he's just in front of the defender, but he's in his. Perfect.
Yeah.
Timed it perfectly. Great.
Because
what do you mean he's offside?
Because from our angle, he looked miles offside.
Yeah.
But we're obviously coming at it practically straight on, so you can't tell. But he's a fucking lino.
Yeah.
Fucking.
He should have been on the halfway line, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mr. Tory, what do you expect?
Yeah. Fucking dirty Tory.
Maybe it's because he's got so many jobs. Maybe his head's just not in the game.
Yeah. I think that is the problem. You know, he's got far too much to think about. You know,
maybe he's like the Olasanya version of linesman, as in, don't think about it.
No, he's just shit.
No. All right, okay,
no.
Right.
He doesn't have his good moments as well. He's just shit.
Yeah. And I think the banner needs to be unfurled at Celtic Park again. You know, VAR check. Douglas Ross, you're a cunt. That's plain and simple.
Purely. I mean, the one I can maybe give him a little out to leave it because that is pretty fucking close. But like that Nesbitt one, as you say, you're stopping development. But I thought the worst, most allowed play to go on as much as they can.
There's a physical line on the pitch.
I know. It's a fucking shambles, man.
Yeah.
But then you can even put Dickinson. Dickinson didn't have a great game either. He was poor as well.
No, he didn't.
The one thing I will say about Dickinson, and this was something we have criticised him for in the past, is his inability to make a decision.
Yeah.
And
he did make decisions.
He did make the decision.
Yeah, the penalty didn't go to VAR.
No.
He gave the penalty.
He gave it, and he gave the red card. You know, last season that's going to VAR, and
I think if we're going to rip into referees and officials as much as we do, we do also need to hand out plaudits, and he got that bit right.
I get that, but I
don't think he had a terrible game, but it was just the usual, as we mentioned, the foul throws, the inconsistency over the timing of the throws and stuff like that, but overall, he was okay. He was fine.
Yellow cards as well. He didn't hand them out either.
No.
He waited for a bit and then all of them are out.
There's players that give 3, 4, 5 fouls and he wasn't giving them anything.
Yeah. Right. That's enough from John Bleatin before we end up with a letter from the SFA and having to start doing stuff from the back of transit vans when we want to, watch games of football. And just before we move on, a quick shout out to everyone who supports us through buying me a coffee. Honestly, it means a lot. It keeps the lights on, the mic's working, and more importantly, keeps Alan stocked up on caffeine, so he's firing out those questionable takes every week.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah. So
I think it's meth that kicks out those comments.
He needs that energy to climb up on top of the horse.
100%.
It's not climbing, it's a leap straight up.
So I'd like to thank Ian Danoon. Great pod, guys, was his message. Thank you for buying us a coffee. It's much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
So, right, speaking of things that can go either brilliantly or horribly wrong, let's talk about Dens Park. Up next for the Dons is a trip to Dundee to face Dundee on Saturday. It's back to tradition, 3 o'clock kickoff. Dens Park is one of those places where games can be... They don't follow the logic. Form doesn't matter, stats don't matter, and quite often defending doesn't matter either. It's chaos football at times, and you've got to be ready from minute one. You guys looking forward to it?
Yeah, it should be good. Back to Dundee.
Yeah.
Could be a challenging environment sometimes. I think.
Always goes well.
Well, yeah, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Dundee are in that phase where they're trying to establish and push themselves on. Been building a squad. It's hard working, organised, difficult to break down, especially at home. Dens Park can be a tricky place. So after that dramatic win over Hearts, what does Stephen Robinson do? Does he stick with the same 11, reward the players, or does he maybe mix it up a little bit?
I think we spoke about it down on. I mean, just because the guys that came on in the 72nd minute and made a difference in that game, it doesn't mean that they warrant a start and will make the same difference. I think you can make the same starting 11 as you did against Hearts, and see how it goes. If you start making too many changes too soon, you're never going to get that stability in the team.
Yeah.
Well, we're then in the same issue as last season. We don't know our best 11. And
exactly.
Yeah.
So he's obviously got an idea of who his favoured 11 is.
Mm-hmm.
There could be a few tweaks, but again, that's us. That's our opinion.
If there's any changes I would like to see made, I would like to see Armstrong and Smith. That's the two that I would like to see.
I would lean a little bit more to just Smith. I think Armstrong will have a better impact off the bench with the last 30 minutes. But then I'm not against him starting because it's Stuart Armstrong. He is a quality football player. So.
Yeah, I think we'll stick with the same midfield. I think Roran will stay in, even though he could be tempted to play in Armstrong. I think Smith for Yogan is probably the only change I'd make from that team.
See, I was thinking Smith for Olasanya.
Nah,
Yogan to play against Dundee.
I don't think Yogan played well enough against Hearts. I also understand that. I also understand him going and play there, but just take him out of the game because he wasn't great against Hearts. So put Smith on. Smith was more effective.
I thought Smith had in one run. Smith did more than Yogan did for the full 70 minutes.
Probably what Olasanya is. Yeah, I think logically tells me Smith for Olasanya, but I genuinely think Olasanya will be a nuisance again. So I think he plays.
Well, I just wonder if we need that sort of a nuisance up front.
True.
It could be more of a game where we're going to have possession. We're trying to play through them, so Smith on one side, Yogan on the other, keep running at them.
Possession means fuck all without goals.
We're not going to make goals if Olasanya's running off the park.
True. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to choose, isn't it? I wouldn't disagree if he played the same 11. I wouldn't disagree with that.
I'd be fine with the same starting 11. It's only possible.
For me, if I was taking Smith in, it would be for Yogan as well. I don't think Olasanya deserves to be dropped or to go onto the bench. I think he should start. Dundee are quite physical at the back as well, and that's the type of player he loves to play against. Someone physical because he can just rip the arse out of them.
Yeah, true.
So what's your thoughts then on our keeper? Do we reckon Mitov's gone?
Oh yeah,
given Muller has played.
Someone we never mentioned when talking about trimming the squad. He's got to be going, right?
Yeah.
You can't. I can't have him sitting on the bench. He's too good to be a
One thing I never actually got a chance to look at it this week, but it was last weekend. You noticed it. He wasn't moving particularly.
Yeah, he doesn't move very well.
No, Mitov. When in the warm-ups. When
he's still recovering.
Yeah, when he comes back, so he's standing on the halfway line and kicking the ball back. He's putting the ball out in front of himself, and his movement.
It's not fluid, is it?
Yeah, it looks like the movement of actually kicking the ball is fine. It's the before, when he's setting up to plant his foot and when he's doing his follow through, his body just doesn't look right.
No,
and he kind of moves after it. Not that he's in pain. But there's just something that's just not right with him.
Yeah.
Possible, but I can't see us bringing in someone like Muller.
Yeah.
Also to be on the bench.
Yeah.
But I think Mitov genuinely walks into any other team in the league.
Well, it's rumoured to be going to Dundee.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
That's the rumours.
Yeah.
Him and Devlin went to Dundee.
We'll put up before this weekend's game then.
Devlin to Kilmarnock as well as the other one.
Yeah. It's difficult, isn't it? I can't see Miller not being in goals because he's done nothing wrong.
No, he's come in.
Yeah.
He's got his chance with the gloves, and to be fair,
he made that triple save.
Yeah. Yes, he made an error in that game, but he made up for it.
Yeah.
It's always worse than the goalkeeper.
Seen nothing to suggest we should drop him.
Nope.
So.
No, totally agree.
And you'd rather have your defence.
Other than the heart attacks he gives you when he comes charging out to head a ball.
But you rather have your defence and your keeper, in sync with each other.
Yeah.
That's where they are at the moment.
Yeah.
That's why people like Jackman doesn't get in. Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to be chopping and changing.
No,
especially.
I think that back four is the back four.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I'd agree. Is this the type of game where the old Aberdeen would slip up? Or does the Hearts result show the sign of a team that's got a different mentality, can go the tough ground and do the ugly side of the game and come away with the 3 points?
It's a win. It's not what I say later, but it's a win.
I think a lot will depend on what happens tonight.
Yeah, the mentality is definitely there. It's much better than it was. Let's put it this way, the last time we played Dundee, we got beat 3-2, was it not?
Yeah.
They scored in the last minute. No,
down there.
Down at Dens. They scored in the last minute corner, which was exactly the same as what we did to them.
Yeah.
So defensively, were horrific.
Yeah.
But Stephen's just going to park the bus against Aberdeen.
For anyone who's confused, Stephen Presley's just walked into the...
I think if we had gone on to lose against Hearts as it felt, I think we all resigned to the fact that we were losing that game. I think that I would have been worried about the impact that would have had on our mentality and leaked into another shite season.
We're on a high.
But the fact
Dundee's going to get beat tonight. They'll be in a low, trying to get a bounce back, but we're already riding on that wave. So,
Can't wait to win 3-1
tonight. That's what I'm setting up for.
If anything, that'd be better for us because they're on too much of a high.
Yeah, true.
And then we come rolling into town. Nisbet scores a hat trick.
Yeah, we've got a different mentality. 100%.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
100%.
Right, that's enough of the serious football chat for one episode. Tactics, structure, who would we pick? We're starting to sound like we know what we're talking about.
We always sound like we know what we're talking about.
But don't worry, we're about to bring it back down to our level because it's time for everyone's favourite part of the show. Yes, it's Bleat of the Week. Before we get into Bleat of the Week, I'd just like to say that we did record this last little bit together, but unfortunately something went wrong. So we've had to record it a little bit separately. So it is just me and Alan ranting to ourselves, effectively. Okay, I'll go first. Basically, as you'll have probably seen on the socials, my daughter Georgie has been recording the games that we go to, and then we've been cutting them up and then making them into it started off as short wee vlogs as like a diary, but now they've been a bit more content and a little bit longer, maybe about 10 minutes long. So she was doing that as she has done for a wee while now. She really enjoys doing it. I had a little suspicion to myself that maybe this wasn't right, that we were doing this inside the ground, but ignorance is bliss at times. So she's recording the game. Me and Alan are watching the game, and everything's all right. A steward supervisor comes up and asks Georgie to stop recording the game. I want to put it out there that he wasn't rude. He wasn't aggressive in any way. He wasn't threatening. He was very nice about it. I asked him why, as I think it was my right to ask why. He said he'd been told by the control that we had to stop and we've been spotted on camera. I don't know what I could respond to that with. So Georgie handed me the phone that we were using and I put it in my pocket and the guy went off. About 2 minutes later, he comes back up the stairs and instructs me and Alan that we have to get in our seats. Now, where we sit at the back of the main stand, we do stand in the stairwell. I lean against the wall. Alan's actually kind of behind the row, if you will. We're not in anyone's way, but we were told we had to go back to our seats. We're not the only people who stand in that stairwell. There's normally actually 4 of us, but today there was only 3 of us. Now, the funny thing about this whole situation is the steward had to walk past someone who was doing what we were doing. He walked past him when he came to tell us to move, and then he walked past him again when we'd gone into our seats. It wasn't until I pointed out that he ignored someone else doing it that he actually did anything about it, and that's where I felt it wasn't right. We also then had the steward who was at the door constantly staring at us, not having a glance to check that we're not recording the game, but proper staring at my daughter to the extent that she didn't feel particularly comfortable. And to be honest, we both felt very unwelcome at Pittodrie on Saturday. And what should have been an amazing game, we were left with a bit of a sour taste in the mouth. Now, the reason that they'll give is health and safety. We shouldn't be standing in the stairwell. Now, the thing is, between myself, Alan, his dad, and Georgie, we have the first 4 seats in that row. So if there is an emergency, we're in our seats, we're going to be the first 4 people out. So we're not preventing anyone else from getting out. And if you've actually met myself and Alan in person, to want of a better way of putting it, we're not exactly the slimmest people in the world. So we're out there as well. So it's a bit more comfortable for us to enjoy the game. We both like to stand. And with me and Alan standing next to each other after that point, in actual fact, Alan was pretty much in the stairs anyway. So I don't really get it. That's what I'm most annoyed about, and I'm annoyed about the steward as well. Because to go along with the staring at us, there was people, going to leave the main stand for whatever reason, to go to the toilet or to go to the pie queue, but they had to stop. And they would stand and they would watch the game. Now, they're actually actively blocking an exit. And they weren't told to move on. They were just left to stand there. And there were moments when the same supervisor was there as well. People were allowed to block the exit and they weren't told to move on. So why is it one rule for us and one rule for everybody else? I don't really understand. You look to the other end of the main stand from where we sit and there's people doing the same thing. That's fine. With the rain at Saturday's game, the front few rows of the south stand were empty when the rain started. Everyone was standing up the back. So they're not sat at their seats. When Rangers and Celtic come to town, the stewards aren't going in there and taking pyro away. It just seems that we would have a little bit of an easy target on Saturday. Now, I have emailed the club my concerns. And to be fair to Alan Burrows, he has replied to me. He hasn't replied to me with an actual solution or what his take on it is yet, but he has had the decency to come back to me and say that he has acknowledged what I have sent to him and he is going to look into it. So I'd like to applaud the club on that aspect, that they've, looked into it. But I think the stewarding at Pittodrie is something that does need to be looked at. I'm going a little bit of a ramble now, but, we're being searched when we go into the main stand. I've never seen any trouble in the main stand. In all my years going to Pittodrie, I don't understand why I'm being searched. I can understand why Liam would get searched. He sits right on the segregation with the away fans. I can understand if you were going into the red shed, why you might be searched. There's been problems with pyrotechnics. But there's never been any problems in the main stand. It does seem to be, it's heavy stewarding in an area that doesn't need it. So, yeah, that's my bleat of the week for this week.
Right, so my bleat of the week is about the home top again. So not the same as the weeks before, but slightly different. So as a DNA member, we obviously get a top for free as part of your DNA membership. I have went obviously on to try and order that top and through the link, etc., follow the instructions, and as obviously can't order it for some weird or random reason. So I've emailed the club asking the club regarding about it, and if someone's come back to you, you say it's because the sizing, they don't really know what's happening with the sizing and how much they're going to get, so there could be stock issues. Surely to God, we're pre-ordering a top here, so I don't understand why pre-ordering wise that I can't order it, because surely you want to know how much orders you're going to have for the stock you're getting. Anyway, so obviously can't order the top. I was on the website before the Hearts game actually, and I've seen that I'm able to order the sizes that I want from the club if I pay my £70 for it. So I can't pre-order for a DNA membership, but I can pre-order as a normal general sale to the public. So, yeah, I think that's my bleat of the week, is 100% that's an absolute shambles. I've also re-emailed the club regarding that and haven't heard a single thing. So, great news. And maybe it'll be Christmas by the time I get my home top, to be honest. So, yeah, That's my Bleat of the week, as per normal, is about the fucking home top again.
Fair enough. So, you got anything to say, Liam?
No, I think the two of you, Quali took a week off of moaning about things and he's come back strong, so I'll let him take the reins, really.
Okay, let's go on to predictions. So a little bit of housekeeping from last week. Myself, I went for 2-0, Alan went for 3-1, Liam went for 1-0, and unfortunately Chris got it right with 2-1 to the Dons. So he starts off the season with a win, and he goes 1 point up on everybody else. Right, so score predictions for Dundee away. I'm going to go 1-2 to the Dons, so it's a 2-1 win for the Dons.
I'm going 0-2 to the Dons.
Well, let's keep the streak going. I'm going to go 2-2. That wasn't a stutter. That was 2 to the home team, 2 to the away team.
All right, Desmond.
And I'm going 3-0 Dons.
Oh, oof.
Because the Dons are back.
Right, I think that's just about enough for another episode of the Sheepfiddlers Podcast. As always, a massive thank you to everyone who's tuned in, whether you're listening on your commute or pretending to work or just avoiding doing something more productive. We genuinely appreciate it. The support, the comments, the messages, and of course the entries for the John Bleatin section. Some of them were concerning, but all of them appropriate. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure you're following or subscribed wherever you get your podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, get involved, hit subscribe, drop a like, and get yourself in the comments. We want your score predictions, your takes, and probably your complaints as well. We'll read them anyway. You can also keep up with all the chaos throughout the week on TikTok, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Match reactions, transfer chat, and whatever else Aberdeen decides to throw at us. And who knows, by the time we're back next week, we might be talking about a solid 3 points or another character-building experience. Thanks for listening, and as always, come on you Reds.
Come on you Reds!
Before you go, make sure you're following the Sheepfiddlers Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And if you enjoyed the show, please leave us a review. It really helps more Dons fans find us. You can also keep up with us on social media. Follow the Sheepfiddlers Podcast on X, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok for all the latest updates, episode announcements and Aberdeen chat. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/sheepfiddlers. Every contribution helps us keep the podcast going. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Come on you Reds.